welcome up our very own, our amazingly energetic, enthusiastic, and effective Scott Garver with his speech entitled, "What's Your Plan?" Please welcome Scott.
Wow, after that introduction, I'm going to have to envision myself being really enthusiastic. Let me tell you about a story that I've been working on, this concept of figuring out what makes successful people tick. And what strategies do they use on a daily basis to help them keep their eyes on the prize and to achieve success in their life by focusing on what they're enthusiastic about and what their passions are. So I've been looking into this and for the longest time been following successful people, and I figured out that they follow 3 basic strategies to achieve success. The first thing is that they make a plan and then they chunk it down. The second thing is they adopt daily habits and rituals that support their passions. And the third thing is they commit and follow through. Now tonight I want to talk to you about the first strategy, which is to make a plan and chunk it down. One of my mentors, Dan Epperman, is an international professional speaker. And he says, don't set a goal. Goals are made to be broken. Instead, make a plan. Plans are made to be achieved. Now, successful people are great at making plans. But they're also fantastic at taking that extra step and breaking those plans down into more manageable tasks that they can do on a daily or weekly basis to work towards that bigger plan. They understand the importance of keeping moving, even if it's a baby step towards that bigger goal. They are taking action on their passion. So how do we go about doing that? How many of you have tried to lose weight or been on a diet in your life? Brian, come on.
I have much weight to lose.
Let's envision Brian being on a diet. No, wait, that's too busy. Okay. I have struggled with my weight my entire life. And have been on every single diet plan that you can think of or imagine out there. And I've had successes. I've lost weight. But I always seem to come right back to where I started from. Until I decided, no more goals. I'm going to make a plan. So I did just that. How many of you realize how difficult it is if you try to start losing weight, but you don't take the sweets out of your kitchen? Or you don't fill your fridge with vegetables? Or you don't drink more water every day? It's almost impossible, right? So I did just that. I decided that every Sunday that I was going to plan out my meals for the week, for the entire week. And then I immediately went to the grocery store and bought everything that I needed on that day. And then I came home and even planned ahead. I said, this night I'm going to be busy, so let me make meals in advance that I can put in Tupperware and put in the fridge that I could pull out if I was too busy to make dinner one day. I decided that I was going to focus on a diet of lean proteins and fruits and vegetables, whole foods at each meal. And then also, my workout plan was detailed out by the day. And I actually tracked it. I take a notebook with me and track all of my progress on my workouts. And by doing all that, by putting more focused tasks and managing smaller commitments, I was able to lose 50 pounds. And the best thing is, I've been able to keep it off for 8 years. My fiance stumbled across her passion recently. She semi-retired, so she was looking for something to get involved in, something to be passionate about, that she could get enthusiastic about. And she had always had an interest in the victims of sex trafficking. So she found a local organization called She Has a Name, and she got involved. And I thought, yeah, great, honey, that sounds good. I'm sure she'd probably just maybe go to a meeting a month or something, maybe a couple meetings, get involved in a few things. No. She is so enthusiastic about this concept and about this cause, she's now involved in 3 different organizations. And has even got me excited to want to volunteer and join and help out. Recently, she came up with an idea that she wanted to do something special for these victims that are going through recovery. So she came up with the idea of having a day of beauty where they could get pampered. So she started off, she thought, I gotta make a plan. I gotta break this down. How am I gonna make this work? And I was thinking the same thing. How the hell is she gonna make this work? She said, I know somebody who's a hairdresser. Let me get a hold of her. She's a friend of ours. She called her up. She said, hey, this is what I have in mind. What do you think? She got excited about the idea. She said, oh man, I think my coworkers would love that. Next thing you know, she had 6 hairdressers lined up and a salon that was willing to donate their salon for the whole afternoon for this event. Then she thought, I know a girl who's a makeup artist. She gave her a call. Next thing you know, she had shared it with all of her friends, and she had 6 makeup artists lined up. So she thought, I know a photographer. Wouldn't that be cool if she could come and take pictures before and after? I know people that are in the food service industry. We could get treats and gifts or things to eat during the day while they're there. By chunking all these down and by really honing in on smaller tasks, she was able to put together an event that took these women that had never seen anything like this before, have been pampered, never been pampered, had 6 hairstylists, 6 makeup artists, they did before and after pictures, they did glamour shots, they all ate and were fed well, volunteers and victims going through recovery. And she put on an ultra successful event with hardly a penny out of her pocket. All by chunking it down and making a plan. This past March, I volunteered to be in a fitness challenge. Our fitness gym for the city of Columbus was putting on a contest. And it was a bracket-style challenge for March Madness, where we had 32 of the fittest people, employees in the city of Columbus, get into this challenge. So in each round, you had to vie off against and compete against another person on an exercise. We did squats, jumping jacks, and push-ups. And each week you didn't know what exercise you had to do, but you had to do it for a minute, and whoever had the most in the minute won. Well, I made it through the first 2 rounds. I made it to the final 4. But how did I do that? I had to totally change my normal workouts. I had to focus on those 3 exercises. And then I broke it down. I said, I'm going to do these 3. This time I'm going to track it and see how I do. And then I'm going to do 3 more. And then the next day I'm going to do this. And the next day I'm going to do this. Thursday is the day before the competition. I should probably rest. So I'm going to rest on Thursday. And I was able to win the first 2 rounds by focusing in and chunking it down in terms of what I needed to do. So the final 4 comes, and it's a whole different, they flipped the script on me. It's 2 minutes now. You have to choose 2 of the exercises, and you don't get to choose them, we get to choose them, and we don't tell you that until the last day. Well, so I did the same thing. I started practicing. I'm going to do the 2 exercises, and I'm going to do push-ups and squats together. And I'm going to do jumping jacks and squats. I'm going to be ready. Took a day off on Thursday. Friday came. I nailed it. I won.
Yay!
I'm in the finals. And what does the director of the competition do? He flipped it again. All right, since you made the finals, this is what you have to do. However many burpees you can do in 90 seconds. Now, I see the faces. We're all familiar with burpees. Not one of my favorite exercises. In fact, I detest it, Darren. Never even really do them as part of my regular workout routine. So I had to really focus. Monday, I tried. I can only do 30. I thought, man, I'm going to need to do more than this to win. I don't even know who I'm vying against, but he's going to do more than that. My goal was to do 42 by Friday. So I chunked it down. I practiced each day. And I did 48 burpees in 90 seconds on Friday. And totally blew him away. He could only do 36. So there I was, the champ of the Bracket Fitness Challenge. I share these 3 stories because what I've learned in my life is that it's the small victories that mean the most to me and that really give me that joy and satisfaction as I go through my lives. And isn't that what we're all looking for? Or the feeling of joy and satisfaction in our life? My challenge to each of you going forward is this. Take one of your passions. Take something that you're really passionate about. And make a plan to incorporate that into your daily lives. Chunk it down into daily and weekly challenges that you can set for yourself. And then as you accomplish those challenges, celebrate. Take the time to really feel that feeling of joy and satisfaction that win gives you. Take the time to pat yourself